You know, something dawned on me recently. There are no more stars that I like in the WWE. I have nobody to cheer for at WrestleMania 27. No matches to anticipate, no stars to cheer for. Don't some of you feel the same way? Can you really imagine our demographic being like, yeah, go Wade Barrett, yeah! Really? I kind of wish Kurt Angle would sign a one-show deal to appear at WrestleMania just so I at least have one person to cheer for, one star to look forward to seeing. Because Wade Barrett, Sheamus, The Miz, Cena, I care nothing for these guys. I have nobody to cheer for. No Rock, no Austin, no HBK, no Kurt Angle. People talk about Raw's declining ratings. I'm surprised they're getting the 3.1s they're still getting. I mean, what are people looking at? What are they watching that keeps them watching and buying tickets to shows? I mean, are they really like, yeah, I can't wait to see Sheamus tonight. Yeah, you know, really? People actually anticipate seeing guys like Sheamus and Wade Barrett? Really? But the thing is, a lot of these stupid fanboys are going to cheer for this crap. They're going to cheer for whatever the WWE tells them to cheer for because they're so low maintenance. We're not going to get a dream card at WrestleMania 27. We're going to get a subpar WrestleMania card as usual. But the WWE, they don't need to give us a dream card. All they need to do is edit together some cool promotional packages, and all these stupid fanboys are going to be drooling all over it. Here's my prediction on what's going to happen. We're not going to get a WrestleMania dream card. We're going to get another subpar WrestleMania card. We're not going to get the dream matches we've been asking for. We're going to get matches that almost nobody asked for, such as the rumored Wade Barrett versus Undertaker match. People are going to read the list of matches online, and they're going to think about how mediocre it is. But then, the WWE is going to throw out this epic promotional package with epic music. The Undertaker, I'm back. Wade Barrett, I'm going to end the streak, Taker. WrestleMania. And just from that, all the idiot fanboys will suddenly be like, oh, this is gonna rule. Oh, I think Wade Barrett might actually end the streak. Oh, this is how little it takes to please me. Yes! You know, and then the WWE is going to do the same old, lazy, overused routine crap that it seems to consider build-up these days, where the bad guy attacks the good guy on Raw, then starts backing up the ramp with the evil look on his face. Then they're going to show the low angle of the good guy in the ring with the WrestleMania banner hanging in the background as he intensely looks at the bad guy awaiting his WrestleMania match. And just from that, all the idiot fanboys are going to be like, wow, what incredible build-up. I mean, what more could you ask for? This is how low maintenance I am. And just like that, the WWE will have once again gotten its fanboys cheering for and defending mediocrity with matches that, in my opinion, are more suited for Raw, such as the rumored Miz versus Cena match. Hey, wait a minute. I think that was a Raw match. Yay, WrestleMania! Even before WrestleMania 26, I was talking to people about how I thought there was no way it was going to get 1 million buys. No way! Because there was nothing exceptional about it. It was headlined by HBK versus Taker, where, as good as it was, you can't take away the fact that it's from the WrestleMania 25 mid-card. And then you had Cena versus Batista, which they already gave away at SummerSlam. So how is this going to get 1 million buys? How? But the thing is, the rumored matches for WrestleMania 27 seem even less than WrestleMania 26. Wade Barrett versus Undertaker seems even less appealing than the HBK Taker rematch. The Miz versus Cena seems even less appealing than the Batista Cena rematch. So how's this thing in itself going to get 1 million buys? How? It almost feels like the WWE has to get someone from the outside. Someone like a Mike Tyson, a Brock Lesnar, a LeBron James, a Sting. Someone to look forward to watching. And in my case, someone that I could actually possibly cheer for. Where have all the appealing characters gone in the WWE? You know when someone's doing a great acting job, pulling off a great character performance? In my opinion, it's when you forget about the actor. Like in that new movie, The Fighter. I forgot it was Christian Bale playing the part. You know, that's how you know when it's a great character performance. When you forget about the actor, right? What do you think the last great character in the WWE was? The last great character. In my opinion, for the longest time, it was Reza Ramon. You know, the whole look, the attitude, the accent, the dialogue, you know. You forgot it was Scott Hall. You know, the toothpick, the body language, you know, gold around my fingers, gold around my neck, you know. People still imitate this guy that was last officially performed in 1996, you know. That's how good it was. But in my opinion, as of right now, the last great character in the WWE was Kurt Angle 2000. The 3 eyes, wrestling's first real athlete, the whole innocent Boy Scout routine, yet he was a heel. Pure genius. I mean, here we are in the Attitude Era where everyone's trying to be a hard ass, and out comes this Boy Scout telling us to drink our milk and preaching abstinence, you know? And then there was his innocent, childlike crush on Stephanie McMahon. Dude, this guy was awesome. Kurt Angle's character was basically a walking heel parody of the generic all-American babyface. You know, Hulk Hogan, John Cena, The Patriot, Made in the USA Lex Luger, Sergeant Slaughter. His character was basically a sarcastic version of all these goody two-shoes. You know, which is why I'm so surprised that the WWE would go on with this generic Marine Super Cena crap after the Kurt Angle character already made a mockery of the whole concept. You know, after the Kurt Angle character, I'm surprised that WWE would go through with all this generic babyface crap because we already saw the hilarious parody version of it. That's right, Kurt Angle, the last great character in the WWE. Remember when Stone Cold was trying to figure out who ran him over, so he calls the whole roster into the ring, and Kurt Angle's like, I didn't do it, but I think I know who did. I think he did it! And he starts pointing at that S.A. Rios guy, who's like, bah, 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 bah. Remember he had that little gold medal, that tiny little gold medal, and he puts it around Stone Cold's head, and Stone Cold's looking up like, the last great character. Remember when he won King of the Ring, and the next night he's like walking out with his crown and his scepter? That was the same episode of Raw where Shawn Michaels super kicked his throne off the stage. Remember? Shawn Michaels is coming out, he's like, pow! Speaking of Shawn Michaels, in my opinion, the last great character was Kurt Angle, before that was Razor Ramon, and before that was the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, the heel mid-carder, the boy toy with Sherry and Luna Vachon, and bodyguards Diesel and Psycho Sid, the cocky-ass mid-carder who was 100 times cooler as Intercontinental Champion than The Miz and Jack Swagger are as World Champions. I mean, remember when the camera was scrolling up Pamela Anderson, and you hear Shawn Michaels saying, perfect legs, perfect hips, perfect chest, and then the camera scrolls back and Shawn Michaels is looking at himself in the mirror? That's the Shawn Michaels I miss! More than the DX version, more than any other version. In my opinion, when Shawn Michaels turned babyface the day after WrestleMania, one of the greatest characters was gone. So we got Angle, Razor, and HBK. Next up would be the Taker. And I mean the original version, the Grey Gloves version, the unstoppable version with Paul Bearer, not this current version that wears MMA gloves and does guillotine chokes. What the hell? After the Taker, in my opinion, is the Ultimate Warrior. But like the Taker, I'm talking about the original version of the Warrior, the raging lunatic that lasted to WrestleMania 6. Because after WrestleMania 6, they like softened him and made him all nice and crap. Like, remember when he was on the Brother Love show and he was talking about love and telling the girl to do gymnastics? Do a handstand for the Warrior. Like, what? You know, in my opinion, the original Ultimate Warrior character wouldn't be telling a girl to do gymnastics on the Brother Love show. In my opinion, the original Ultimate Warrior character would eat Brother Love. Ugh! You know, Warrior character is not supposed to be nice. Warrior's supposed to be with his warriors, blasting through the galaxy among the stars above. How dare they bring him down to Earth? So here's my opinion on the last great fictional WWE characters. Warrior, Taker, HBK, Razor, and Angle. Now, some of you may be asking, well, what about guys like Stone Cold or Ric Flair? Well, to me, They seem to be more just playing super exaggerated fantasy versions of their real personalities, using their natural mic skills and charisma, being themselves but taking it to a fantasy level. But guys like Razor Ramon are full-on character performances, like the Joker or Edward Scissorhands. Scott Hall turned himself into a Cuban, gold-wearing Tony Montana guy. Kurt Angle turned himself into this innocent, preachy, moralistic Boy Scout. And you got the Taker, and you got the Warrior. These are full-on character performances. Now with that said, some of you may now ask, well, what about someone like Eugene? That's a character performance, right? Well, yeah. That's a character performance, but the character sucks. And while I appreciate the wrestler's efforts in performing the character, a crappy character is still a crappy character. A decent acting performance of Eugene is still Eugene. A decent acting performance of a Hulkamaniac Abyss is still Hulkamaniac Abyss. But back to the list, we don't have any of these characters anymore. At least not fully. The Attitude Era Kurt Angle character and the heel mid-card Shawn Michaels character seem to be completely gone. These days, Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels seem to be mostly just playing themselves. They're like all normal. The other three, on the other hand, got completely watered down. After winning the world title, the Warrior became all friendly, cutting a promo against Sergeant Slaughter wearing a USA flag jacket. What's the Warrior doing being patriotic? In my opinion, the Warrior character is not supposed to be patriotic. In my opinion, the Warrior character is supposed to be from Mars. Ugh! Scott Hall went to WCW and became an outsider, though he kept a toothpick. And The Undertaker, though he still has a cool entrance, now wears MMA gloves and does arm bars and crap. What the hell? And with that said, I don't think we're going to see any more awesome wrestling characters for a while. I do not know if it has anything to do with Linda McMahon's recent run for office, but most WWE characters these days seem so clean-cut, low-risk, and generic. You know, like Wade Barrett, Randy Orton, The Miz, Jack Swagger. There doesn't seem to be much to them, you know, not like the bad guy, Razor Ramon, or the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, you know, and that's a critical element for me. That's a big part of why I watch wrestling. You know, if a wrestling promotion doesn't have that many interesting characters to me, you know, I can't really get as much into it. Now that the WWE is targeting new audiences, you'd think that they'd have all these interesting and creative new characters to draw people in, all these charismatic personalities. But for some reason, today's new wrestlers seem to be presented so boringly. If the WWE wants to draw in new audiences, then why are their wrestlers so boring? I mean, if you were a new fan, who would be more interesting to you? The Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels with my bodyguard Diesel? Or Cody Rhodes? I mean, if the WWE wants to draw in new audiences, why don't they make better characters? You know, where are the Razor Ramones, the Shawn Michaels, the Macho Mans, you know? I have no one to cheer for WrestleMania 27!